looks like a comic strip character is what he does. He-Man, perhaps. And that's great D underneath. Kai Marshall coming up with a catch block. Into traffic, slack, lefties it to the end zone. How about that creativity? Coffin with his won't be on that throw.
That was a bailout, high count.
And the Roughnecks.
Atlanta right away.
That will work just shy of the end zone. It's Vic Roy. Needs a reset to Smith. Vic Roy with a score. Worlds in Australia and Prague. He was highly touted in the Texas area. So's Kai Marshall. That was, and the team was just playing uncharacteristically sloppy. And you called a timeout to bring him in. What would your primary message be?
Well, the first thing I would have him do is just take a deep breath and realize that, you know, while this is a performance, we really have to, you know, think about it with a practice mindset. You know, it's really easy to play good ultimate when you're practicing, and as long as you're thinking about growth and getting better, you know, the pressure will fall.
Remembers the Atlanta hustle. Gotta say, it was cool to watch the Paideia girls today. And that's such a legendary program in ultimate, perhaps the most legendary high school team with so many great players. Look at the USA World Games team right now with 3 Paideia alums on the roster among the 10 men with Madison. And the pressure from Jason Holleran, but just a drop from Austin Taylor on the under.
And the hustle are getting open on their cuts. They're just not completing these passes. And you're seeing Dallas finally use the width of the field a little bit better. They had been jamming it down the sideline a little too much, and I think, you know, they're adjusting to what Atlanta's trying to do to them defensively.
Smith to the end zone, completes it to, but La Violette seems to agree with the referee's ruling. So the hustle will reinitiate play. Clock now less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And Dallas not making anything easy. Jay Frood comes up with his 3rd D of the season. Smith unmarked. Gains 10 yards to Peterson. Peterson wraps the throw around to Smith.
It's like they're trying to maybe pin him over on this flick side.
And the D, somehow Laurie keeps it alive inbounds. Looked like the shell defense that you described was going to lead to a turnover, and it still might.
Here.
Mazer able to get there first, coming back to the disc before Olsen. Laurie. Right back to Mazer. Another good pull into the wind. Leonard centers to Tennell, who had the first assist of the game for the hustle. Has not had one since. This deep shot just past the reach of Jake Anderson. And the sliding catch. Josh. Now they got him doubled near the sideline. And the throw was deflected, and Peterson almost kept it alive, but it slipped through his grasp.
Brown can cause a fumble in the AUDL.
A quick windup. Boking shooting long, and a rising catch from Christian Olsen. Flick to Alex Sermani for the game winner with no time to go. That was Friday night. And then on Saturday, you saw the Madison Radicals lose for the first time in the regular season in about 700 days almost. And of course, Toronto knocked off by Montreal yesterday. That's just another gorgeous throw from Chris Mazer during the game. Looking for Tennell up the line, and Tennell rising just shy of the end zone. He'll scuba cross field for Vic Roy. Who's got it?
Lead after you work so hard in this quarter.
You talk about the Dallas Roughnecks, and you're awed by their offensive talent. This throw hanging for Smith to chase down. What a chuck. It's a 2-on-1 right here. And Jay Frood is not going to put in too much effort on the second. 11-all, late second quarter. Dallas and Atlanta here in week 5 of the AUDL as we wrap up the month of April. Slack tries the scuba, and that'll work.
And this just puts a lot of pressure on the Atlanta offense.
Jake Anderson with some more good closing speed, contesting that catch by Josh Bush. Smith finds Vicroy. Looks off Leonard, throws over the defense.
You know, that Mac.
That was gorgeous. Lolly.
Showing a little bit of signs of fatigue. Thrower faked him back, and he didn't come back under.
Coffin looking Laurie's way, and Ben Laurie lays out for the score. Passes at about a 97% clip. Frood floats one.
That is too far.
Emmons turns on the Jets, and he got it! Dan Emmons, are you kidding me?
How's your hamstring now? Unbelievable rundown, that disc.
And such intense defensive pressure. I'm not sure anyone in the league can do it quite like that. Taylor shooting it for Olsen. That disc has too much float, but Olsen rises up to get there before.
That only comes from being there and being successful. Hard to get that when you haven't been in those situations.
Bush winding up, looking for Smith. Matt Smith in the end zone for the hustle.
Fronting here, they need to push Dallas downfield.
Mazer keeps it alive with a sliding grab.
Beautiful break mark, right under the knee, under the hand.
Coffin winds up, looking for Marshall. Williams nearby, but Marshall makes the catch. San Diego in the second half currently in Southern California. Fourth quarter here in Atlanta. And a deep shot off the bat looking for Tennell. And Dylan Tennell has the goal for at least one more break to get it back even. And the layout D on the first throw to get the disc back, Robert Bradham.
And that's the kind of play you need. If you're Atlanta, they need to punch this in.
Bradham giving everything he has.
How many dumps is Swanson gonna let these guys throw before he puts the offense out there?
Evan Boking wraps the backhand around, and it's juggled and caught by Stapleton, just shy of the end zone. Cross field, Bradham has the bookends. We are tied here in Atlanta. 9. Atlanta trying to stay within striking distance of a playoff berth, even this early in the season. Laurie in pursuit, and that throw was gorgeous.
Wow.
We're getting close to must-score territory for Atlanta. Looking for Tennell deep, and off his hands, and then in his hands.
Beautiful.
On the second effort, Tennell makes the catch and finds Leonard for the score.
How many 95 goal seasons?
That's only happened once by Mr. Freystader with Jacksonville a year ago. Great vision from Coffin, and he puts it right on the money, and nice footwork near the end zone.
Oh yeah.
Closing in on 4 minutes to play.
That's trouble.
That's not going to work. Only good news is it wasn't a Callahan, but Bennett is in a hurry. And that's too easy for the Roughnecks, along with the 11 Sports Network. And as of right now, that stands out as their toughest test of the year. They also have a trip to Madison coming up early June. Dylan Tennell stares down Matt Bennett and flips it to the
Playing against a juggernaut like Dallas, every goal matters. And I think that there were just some situations where maybe Atlanta, you know, and they could have put their offense out there and they could have turned it, but you expect your offense to be